gonna solve May 2021 Unit 4, which is under Edexcel IAL and the total time for this paper is 3 hours, and this is falls under Edexcel IAL A2. The total mark for this paper is 80, so there is some instruction, okay, the way you have to save the file. So this is the important matter, how you guys can save this file, so read about these things. Then we have a scenario which is 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐓 is a company owned by Veronica Lopez. So here they provide whatever the database they provide you, based on that they provide you some of the scenery. So here it says that they are actually creating some of the quizzes based on some of the setter are there. They are responsible for set the quizzes per week, which is more than per week, right? They say that a setter may run more than one quiz per week. Quizzer may have a different type of quiz. Suppose one of the quiz is music, and there is a competition going on between the quizzes, and they divide each team member. Then they also mention about that Veronica keeps a list of venue in a single table within the database. So Veronica has provided the quiz record spreadsheet file. So in the database file we will get a spreadsheet file, that one they mention here, which contain an extract of our record of quizzes. Veronica is finding it increasingly difficult to keep track of. What is the thing she finding it difficult? The venue, who sets the prizes, quizzes, and when the quizzes take place. So this is the main thing. Based on that, Veronica want to create a database so it is more efficient and so that she can easily find it. So that's the thing that it's saying here. So start with the first question, which is the template, the screen print you produce should be copied into the appropriate places in the template. Remember to save the template regularly. So you have to save it regularly each time when you do some changes. So responses to question 1C and question 1.5, which one you have to write it, right? This is a theory based type of question. The quiz database and the quiz record spreadsheet files are provided in your examination area. Study these files carefully. So if we open the database file, we can see that they provided as a three type of file. One is a document file, right? Here we have to provide all the screenshot what we did inside our database. This is the database file, and this one is the Excel file. So inside the question, when we were reading the scenario, that time they already mentioned that they have a spreadsheet file. So this is the spreadsheet file, right? Let's move with the question number 1A, which is the venue table in the quiz database need to be improved. So number 1 is a venue record should only save if a telephone number is present in the correct format. So that means we have to identify that the telephone number must be present and it should be in the correct format. So this is the two things that we have to remember. Validate the telephone number field so that the telephone number must be present in the correct format. The same thing, must be present and in the correct format. Screen print the table in design view. Make sure that the validation can be seen can be clearly seen. Okay, so first of all we work on two of the thing. So what we will do, we will open the database folder, and from here I want to open the file. So here this is my database file. Okay, there we have a venue ID, venue address, postcode, and all these things. So they say that for the contact telephone number, here we have to put the validation. So one of the validation that they mention is like we have to make it must be present. Like if you want to save, if you want to add other field like here, like for the quiz day or maybe wheelchair, you must have to fill up this. Like when you do any type of registration, there is one of the star, but star symbol is always present behind or beside the text boxes, right? So that represent that you must need to fill up the certain text box, otherwise they won't save your record or you can't submit it, right? So similar like that. So when you submit the form, you must need to submit this contact telephone. That's why they say this must need to be present. And the format means suppose here is there is a here it is a 11 digit, right? So we have to create the format that the user can able to input any type of word, or it can't be more than 11. So if we want to go to the the editing view, then we have to right click here, and then you guys can. So we will work on the contact telephone, right? So first of all, we will click on here, and then from here we will add the input for that thing, the correct format, right? So for correct format, what we will do here, we will add the input format. So it must be 11 word, right? 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So for the present, you guys can select the validation rule or yes, but I prefer it will be better if you do the both one, because if you choose the only required, there is something like you put the number, and later where if you want to save the other field, it will allow you to save it. So for that thing, I prefer to add the both one. Sorry, it's a no. Say yes, then the validation is not null. Okay, then save this, Control S. Okay, after that we will go to our view. So double click here, you will get the view one. So from here, now if you can see, if I want to save this one without this telephone field and I press Control S, it will give me a message that you must enter a value in the contact telephone field. Said okay. So, and here if you guys notice that they provide a dashed line, right? So from here we have to provide the number, and then they don't allow any type of word here, and the number must be 11. After that, if you press 5 or any other number, it will not allow you to take, it will not take it. Okay, so this is the answer for the first question that you already done. Now they're saying that screen print the table in design view, make sure that validation can be clearly seen, paste the screen print into the appropriate place in the template, resave your template. So what we have to do, we completed the question 1, then we have to go to the design view, and from here we have to take a screenshot, right? So this one also we have to take the whole one. So because this is the point I did the changes, so take it like this way. So here I did the changes, right? Then capture it. So after that we will open our candidate evidence. So here you have to screen print the one you recently take the screenshot. So this one, so here we will paste our screenshot. So insert, not insert, go to the pictures, and then these devices. So from this device I want to take the screenshot. The screenshot I take, and this one I need to do some editing. Take this one, where is my screen? Now try to make it smaller. Yeah, so answer is done. So in this way you have to take the each of the screenshot and you have to paste it here. Okay, so now we will move to question number 2. So before move to question 2, we already done the screen print and this one, everything is done, right? This done, this done. Always carry pencil so you can mark it that you done this question. It will help you to organize your question paper and also help you to memorize it. So number 2 is set up a check of on the quiz day field so that only the days of the weeks are accepted. Screen print the table in design view. Make sure that the checklist can be seen clearly. Paste the screen print in the appropriate place in the template. Resave your template. So the thing is that what we have to do, first of all, we will concentrate on these things. These things we have to work on our database. So set a checklist. Checklist means is a type of like when you choose a when you register some of the website, they give you a option, right? You are a female or male, it comes on a drop down, like when you click it comes down. So this is a similar like that. So what we have to do, if we open the database, you guys can see the quiz of the day is like this. So here they already provide the Thursday, but they want that when we click here we will get a list of the option. From here we can choose. So for that thing, what we have to do, we have to again go to the design view and then which field we have to work on? Quiz day, right? So we have to first off we have to point out quiz day and then go to the lookup, not the general lookup. This one is considered as a text box now, so we just change it to list box. Okay, because they want the list box, and this is not in the table or query. It should be on the value list because I provide the value here. And what can be the value? Because from here they said 7 days, that means we have to provide Monday, then quotation, close the quotation, semicolon, again add Tuesday, sorry, Tuesday should be inside the semicolon, Wednesday, then it comes to Thursday, so I write the answer like this way, okay. So here I put all the data, then we will see how it looks like on the design view. So now this is in real view. So if we go to the real view, we can see this is the example of a Thursday, right? So this is the, it will come like this way. They want that it will come like a option way so that people can able to choose. So okay, if we move to the question, we can see they say that screen print the table in design view, making sure that this list check can be seen clearly, right? So obviously we will screen print the table in design view. Just print it in design view that I already show you. Go to the design view and then print these things and then paste it to your question number 2. That's it. 3 is about that they say that there is one error in the use of the data types in the table, right? One error. Identify and correct the error, then you have to screen print. That means you have to take the screenshot in the design view mode and then obviously you have to paste it on your Word folder. And obviously whenever you guys are screen print, obviously do the save option, Control S. Each time you paste something, just save it. So okay, we'll move to the database and we will find out what's the error, because they say that the error must be in data type, right? Data type. So here if we look closely, we can see venue address short number, postcode short number, wheelchair access also in number. But if I go to the design view, you can see not this in the normal view, it's in numbers. So it's -1 0 right? So there is nothing about like -1. It always true or positive or negative, right? True or false. So true represent 1, 0 represent negative. So here it's a -1, so it actually doesn't mean anything. So based on that, we can just change the data view for this one wheelchair X. We can just put it as a yes or no. So when we go to the save the file, yes, then you can see it looks like this, right? It is more meaningful compared to that one. So this is the end for question number 3, and then do the screenshot and everything. Okay, so number B is about B number question. Veronica needs a form to edit data about an existing venue, and then the form must allow Veronica to select the venue address. That means the venue address, if we go to the database, we can see that the database for the venue address is like this, right? So when it will be informed that during that time we can able to select the venue address, so the venue address must be in drop down, right? That's why we can able to select the venue address. Update the form to show all the data in the record for the venue selected. That means whatever the venue will select here, based on that the other portion of the form field will be will be changes based on the data we provide here. So that means we have to create a form, and there we can change the different type of venue by using a combo box, and when we choose like hill view, it will provide the other information inside the form. So now they are saying that need include a close button, and then when Veronica click the close button, display a message. So we will focus on these two later. First of all, we'll focus on allow Veronica to select the venue address, update the form to show all of the data in the record of the venue selected, not allow Veronica to edit the venue ID. That means we have to make the venue ID disable. So when you make a field disable, that time you can able to clickable. This type of field are not clickable. Okay, so for that thing, the venue ID, because now the venue is not in a combo box type way, right? So for that way we have to create a query so that we can provide that query inside the combo of the venue address. So we need one query that can be venue address, and we need another query where we will create the form. By using that query we will create the form. We will not take our original table value. Okay, so now when we move to the question, our database, what we will do from here, we will create a query. Okay, so first query we will create where we will add the table. From here, double click here, and then you will get the table. From this table I will add all the field. Okay, because I want to create a form, and they mentioned that when I will create a form I will take all the table value, right? So here I will give the name as a form query. So always provide a meaningful name, so it will be easier for you to identify what the form it is, or what the query why you make this type of query. So maybe I can add a name form query. Okay, then so there is one of the queries added. Then we will add another query, and for that one we'll go to the create, and from here we will choose query design, and here we will add the, again we will take the table because we have only one table, right? And here we will choose venue address because we will add this query inside our combo box. So that's why we will add only the venue address and save it and provide the name as a venue address query. Okay, so we added a venue address query and a form query, both are done. Now what we will do, now we will click on the create button, and from here we will choose form wizard. Okay, from here we will choose the which one we will take. We will take the form query. So from here we will click here, not here, because when you click here it will take one field at a time. We'll click here and we will take all the field. Next, next, and then you can write here is not a form query, it's a venue editing form, right? Venue editing form, and then click OK. Finish. So we get it like that. But here if you notice, the venue address are not in a drop down or a combo box, right? It's just in a text box. So we have to change it. So how we can change this? When we want to edit form or report or anything, just click here and then you go to the design view. So when you go to the design view, we just right click here and change to combo box. Okay, so when we change to combo box and you guys want to see how it look like, so you can get that this is the combo box. But now I didn't connect anything to this box, that's why this box didn't give me any type of value here. So for that thing, we'll again go to the design view, select here, and from here you can click on the property sheet if it's not there. But if it's there, then you don't have to select it. Click the property box, and then from here you can see that inside the data there's a control source and a row source. So we don't need the control source here. Just remove this, and here add the venue address. Sorry, not the venue address. We have a query, right? That one is a venue address query. So after set it, just save these things. Okay, okay, then I want to make it a smaller. Yes, then if I go to the design view, I want to see, is it, yes, now you can see you can able to select, right? But when you select, the other field are not updated based on that. It is always the same. So you have to now think about how we can changes the other field based on my drop down. So for that thing, what you have to do, we use this form based on the form query, right? So we will go to the form query design view and we will connect it here. So here we will added a formula so that we can connect it, right? So where we will add the formula, we'll add the logic inside the venue address, because venue address is the main one from where we will changes the data, right? Depend on these things. So inside the criteria we will add a function which is third bracket FORMS, because they provide the suggestion, right? Then exclamation mark, then again the third editing form, this is the name of our form, and then here you have to add the label, not the label, the name. So what's the these things means? This means is actually if I go to my venue editing form, go to the design view, and then this field name, right? So we are focusing on this field name there. So if you go here and then you check the other, the name is venue address. So this is the thing that we connected inside the form query. Okay, remember these things, because if your name are not match with their combo box name, then it won't work. So this way we are connecting the form to here, query to here. Then we will go to the venue editing. But now if you try to update, you will see it won't work, because now before there is data, but now it's can't able to get the data. For that one, we have to add a macro. Inside the question, they mentioned that show any macros, code queries, or any properties you have used. Okay, so we will use the macro. So how to do that? So for that thing, what we will do, we'll go to the design view, and from here we'll click on the event. Event is a type of event is actually when you guys are doing the JavaScript, I think you know what's the meaning of event. Event is mostly uses for a button click type of things, right? So for these things, we were already clicking on the combo box, right? So what will happen after update? So that's why, because when we choose the combo box, after the other field value will be changed. So that's why we'll choose after update, and from here you can choose like the combo builder. Okay, and then from here you just write a requery, enter. Okay, that's it. After that, save it and then close it. Now we will go to the view option, and then you can see we can able to change it, right? So if I go to the question, we already completed this one. Now it updated all the field, right? But we have to add not allow Veronica to edit the venue ID, but allow her to edit any of the other data. So we have to make the venue ID disable. So how to do that? Again, you have to go to the design view, and then from here we will go to the property sheet, and where it is, enable, right? Inside the data it has enable, so just make it no, and then save this, go to the design view. You can see now I can't able to click here because it's disabled now. So it changes, but I can click here, so this way we make it disable. This one also done. Now we will create a need to include a close button. It does not need to create a close button. Okay, so we will add a close button, and when we will click on the close button, it will display a message. So we now focus on this too. With creating a close button first, so this one we will create first. So for that things we will go to the access, and then inside the venue we need to add the button here, right? For that one we will go to the design view, and we will try to increase this a little bit. Always remember that there is a mark for the design as well, right? So try to make it a bit center, and then try to make it a bolder, right? So it will help you to gain the mark, because design is also considered as a for marking purpose. Okay, then maybe you guys can extend this thing to make it everyone is organized or in the uniform way. And always remember the type of cursor it changes, right? So because this is like this, you have to type. Now it changes to this, like you can increase and decrease. Now it changes to like this. When it comes to this, that means you can able to move the text box, right? So here we will add a button. For that one we'll go to the form design, and here you can see there is option for the button, right? Click here and then add the button here. So here we will select the form operation, and we will the open form, because our form will not close, right? So we'll choose the open form, then click on the next, open the form, yes, next, and then from here use the text, and then choose it's a close, right? Inside the question they said it close or to cancel, close button. Okay, so it must be a close one. Then click on the next, and from here always provide a meaningful name, add the name close, because it's a close button, right? So now we add a button which is a close. Now if I go to the design view, sorry, not the view, and suppose I select any of the field and I try to close it, nothing happened, right? But the thing is that they say that when Veronica click the close button, display a message if the data has been edited to let Veronica know it has not been saved. That means it has not been saved. We have to add a message like that way. So for that one, what we'll do, we'll go to the design view again, click on the button, and here on click, right? Because it will work on click. When we click, it will work on during that time. And click here. Okay, so I just give you bit close view. Go here, and from just 1 minute. So from here you will get a code builder like this way. So here you have to add a message, which is a MSG message box, and here you will add the data will not save or something like that. Data is not safe, right? Similar like that. Just add a message here. What the question said, it has not been saved, right? So data has not been saved. Yes, so that's it. And then save it, then close it. After that, you can go to the form view, and from here, when you want to like change something and try to save, it will give you data has not saved, right? So this is the message things that came. So I think this is the end for question number B. And always remember, because they say that you have to take the design view, right? But that one you have to do that what type of design you did, like you create a form query, right? This one, take the design view, go to the design view and take the screenshot here like this all. Okay, then for here take the screenshot, and this one is the main thing. Try to expand these things and take the screenshot with this view, and then go to the design form design view, because we change some of the thing here, right? So we make it to the combo box. So try to take the screenshot here what you did here. Then for the close one, close what's the event we added, take the screenshot of this one as well. So you have to add the whole screenshot and paste it on the B here, right? Ensure all field and details can be clearly seen. So paste it here. Then we will move to next question. C is Veronica has realized there is a problem with the venue table. So this one is a theoretical, like we have to analyze the problem and then we have to write it, right? So a venue can have more than one quiz per week but only one per day. That means a venue can have more than one quiz per week but only one per day. That means each week a venue can have multiple quizzes, right? But only for one day. The current database structure does not allow this to be recorded, right? So if we go through the current database system, you guys can see we have a venue ID, venue address, postcode, and everything, right? This one is the Thursday quiz, right? So each week they provide each quizzes. So they don't have any other each venue. This is the venue. So each venue have each quizzes on each day, right? So if there is another, suppose there is a quiz set on Sunday, then there will be another, then there should be another venue ID one, right? But it's not there. The current database structure does not allow to be recorded. So we have to analyze the stored data to help you understand why the structure of the database will not allow more than one quiz per week at a venue to be recorded. So first of all, we will analyze, okay, why the current database are not help us to record it. So if I go to my this one, just 1 minute. Okay, so if I go through here, we can see one thing, that we have a venue ID, right? we have a venue ID, then we have venue, suppose this one is a address, okay, then we have postcode, then we have venue contact person, venue contact person, okay. After that we have, we move it, contact telephone, like this one is a telephone, then we have wheelchair, then we have quiz day. The quiz day is coming at this way, right here, quiz day, okay. So I think you guys already know that what's the meaning of atomic, right? Atomic means, what is the meaning of atomic? This table is not on atomic structure. Atomic means some of the field can contain 2 or 3 values. Suppose I don't want to fill this inside all the data, but suppose this is the venue ID 1, and for the venue ID 1 they are setting the quiz on Thursday and Wednesday. If it like this is considered as an atomic value. But when we consider it as an atomic value, it is not considered as a good way to structure the data, right? There's a they consider as something not a good way. So for these things they don't provide this way, right? So there is nothing about the Wednesday, only the Thursday is there. So if I want to add a quiz on the same venue in the same week, like for the Thursday, if we want to set it on Wednesday, what happened? The venue ID will be here, right? And based on that, everything will be repeated with the venue ID. But we all know that we can't able to repeat the primary key in one of the field, right? Then it will it will not create a value of the primary key. So this is one of the issues that will create. Each table has one primary key. Each table must have one primary key, right? But here if I want to add the Thursday one, then I have to add another primary key, because if you go through the database, you guys can see that each of the venue have only quiz day, each quiz day, right? If I want to add another quiz day as venue ID 1, then I have to add the table. The same table will be repeated another time. And the other thing is that we can able to remove the primary key as well, right? So this is also considered as a redundancy. So if we add another primary key, it cannot possible. We cannot remove primary key as well. So this is considered as a redundancy. Okay, redundancy means duplicate type of thing, right? We can't do that. Now how we can came up with the solution? The solution is like, we will create a new table. Suppose we will create a new table and we will provide the table name is a quiz table, okay? So inside the quiz table, what we will do, we will take out this particular, we will take out this one, quiz day. We will take out the quiz day here, and here we will take the venue ID as a foreign key from here to here. So there we will add a composite key. So when these two field represent a primary key, it become a composite key, right? So it's a composite key. So now my venue ID is 1 and it is held on Thursday, suppose, right? Now my venue ID is 2, it's hold on Wednesday. I can repeat my venue ID here again because this is not considered as a primary key, right? On Friday, I can repeat my venue ID here again. So Sunday they have another quiz on venue ID 2. So now I hope that you understand that now each venue have a two quiz are running on each week, right? One is on Thursday, the other one is on Friday. So this is the solution we came up with. And we have to add the venue ID obviously here, right? Because the venue ID is the primary key, but we can remove this one from this table, and this way we can make the solution. So for this one you have to go through unit 3, where you will learn about the normalization and everything, how everything is going on. So it will give you a much more clear idea about what is the meaning of atomic inside the table, and what is the meaning of data redundancy, data integrity, and all those things. Okay, so came up with the answer. So the answer will be, first of all we have to write the analysis part, then we have to write the type the response here. So first of all we will just add the analysis part. So what will be the analysis part? So this is this one is a 9-mark question, so obviously it will be a bit longer. So this is the part for the analysis, okay? And then we have to add a part for the recommended, right? How we recommend. So this is the answer. The current table has a quiz day field that specifies the day of the week a quiz is held, right? But this field is atomic. Atomic, I already tell you what is the meaning of atomic, meaning it can only store one day of the week. As a result, each record can only specify one quiz per week per venue, right? With no provision for recording multiple quiz days. A list check constraint further enforces this by allowing only one day of the week to be selected. Additionally, the primary key include venue ID, which restrict each venue to appear only once in the table, right? Preventing multiple rows for different quiz days. Removing the primary key constraint to allow multiple entries would result in redundancy. So this is the thing I already explained you guys, and this is the thing how I solve these things. So how I create a composite composite primary key, and then how everything is working on. Just go through it, you will understand the meaning of this thing, because I already provide you the practical demo, right? So now we'll move to next question. So question number D is, Veronica currently uses a spreadsheet to keep our record of the quizzes that are held each week, right? So quiz record is an extract of the spreadsheet. So that means now we have to work with the spreadsheet. Develop the quiz database. To add this functionality, you must create an efficient data structure that minimizes data duplication, use correct data types and primary keys, and enforces referential integrity. That means we have to create a structure of the data, like we have to create some of the new table. We have to take out the spreadsheet data. From that we have to came up with some new table, and we always have to be careful about that there will be no data duplication, okay? Produce a screen print that clearly shows the relationship including table name. So that means we have to provide a relationships between that table diagram. Paste the screen print into the appropriate place in the template. Okay, so we have to paste the template, then produce a screen print showing the field date names and data type in the table you have created. So we have to show them the field name and data type. The same thing, paste the screen print in the appropriate template, resave your template. Okay, so first of all we will work on this one. Then in this one they say that import the data from the quiz record spreadsheet file to the quiz database. So we have to import the data. So first of all, when we create the database, we will not added the data inside the database table. We will only work with this structure, so that when we move to question number E, during that time we will import the data here, right? So first of all, we'll focus on question number D, and what we will do, this one is the D. So first of all, I want to import this one here, right? So how to do that? For this one, go to external data and click here, file, Excel. I want to take the Excel sheet. So from here I have to take this, where to take this Excel sheet. Okay, from here open and then click OK. So this is the Excel sheet. Don't click here anywhere, just click OK, because this Excel sheet don't have any primary key. That's why this one don't have any type of primary key. I just put it as an external sheet or Excel sheet. That's it. Okay, so now finish, close. So here I can get the Excel sheet data. So now I have to came up with a database. Okay, so how I can just connect it with a different type of data, and then I have to like find out that. So this is an example of normalization that we have in unit 3. So you have to go through how to do the normalization. So how we can came up with the Excel, like with the number of field to a separate field of data, so that it will be quite easier to understandable and there will be less redundancy and data integrity at there. Okay, so first of all, if we look closely, we have a quiz ID, quiz setter, last name, setter first name, setter email, quiz type, venue ID, number player, number team, quiz type ID, and quiz week beginning date, right? So what I will do, I will write everything to my paper. So you guys do it the way I'm doing right now. So take a paper and try to write all the field name here. It will be easier to do some brainstorming. Okay, so first of all, maybe I will take this blue color. Okay, so just write, first of all is quiz ID. Okay, then go to quiz setter ID. Then I will choose quiz setter last name, right? CTTER, setter last name. So this way you have to just write the name. So first of all, I just pause it and then I will write all the names, so it will save my time. The final writing of all the table that I write. So this is all the table that we have, field name that we have in our Excel sheet. So first one is a quiz ID, then quiz setter ID, then last name, first name, setter name, or similar like that, right? So from here we will find out how many ID we have. So this is most of the easier one. So we have a quiz ID, right? We have a quiz setter ID, we have a venue ID, then we have a quiz type ID, right? So from here we already have a table based on venue ID, but we don't have table based on this 3 ID. So that means we have to create 3 tables. That's it. So first of all, we will focus on quiz setter ID. So we can give a name about that one is a table, not like this, table quiz setter. Okay, so inside table quiz setter, what we can add quiz setter ID, so which is quiz setter ID. Then we can add, because setter, right? So we will add all the setter here. So it should be setter last name, setter first name, and then setter email, right? Now we'll move, because this all are taken from one table. So because there is nothing we can add in the setter table, because nothing is connected to the setter, then we can move on this portion, quiz type ID, right? For the quiz type ID, what we can take, type, this one is also type, so we can take type and type. So that one will be table quiz type. Okay, and then here we can add quiz type ID and then quiz type. So here I will add the quiz type. So whatever the field will be remaining, that we can add inside the quiz ID. So for quiz ID, maybe we can write here quiz ID. Quiz ID. Sorry, this one will be the not quiz ID. The name of this one will be table quiz. Table quiz. Okay. Now we have to think that they mention one of the thing inside the question, that we have to add a relationship including table name, right? So there must be a relationship. So for the relationship, I think if you guys know or understand how we can connect with a primary key and a foreign key, and how can we create a relationship, it will be quite easier for you. So that means we already added the primary key for this one is quizzer ID, right? This one is here. But if you go through the venue, you can see, because we need one table where we can add all the ID as a foreign key, right? So if we go to the database table, you guys can see for the venue, because we have already a table for the venue, but venue have only venue ID, right? They don't have any other ID included in it, and we also don't have the permission to add that ID inside this table. So we have the last option, which is a table quiz. So we can add all the ID inside the table quiz, and so that it will be easier for create a relationship between each and every table. So based on that, first of all, we will get a quiz ID, right? Quiz ID. Then we will get a quiz setter ID here. Then there is a quiz type ID, right? Then there is a venue ID. So all the table will be connected to this. Then we can create a relationship. So now we can think that there is a number players, number team. This is the rest of the field that is left, right? So we just add it here. That's it. So finally we design 3 table, right? I hope that you are clear about how to came up with a table designing thing at first, right? Now we will move to the database. So for that thing, now we don't need this, so we will be just focusing on this. Okay, so here I have a Excel data sheet, right? Here all the data, all the things are there, and from here we will create the data. So what I will do, I just close it. Do you want to save the changes? No, I don't want to change it. Then copy this. Okay, after you copy it, paste it here. First of all, the easier one was quiz table quiz type, so we will add the table quiz type at first. So which one will be TBL QUIZE table quiz TYPE, and we will take only the structure. We will not take the structure and data, because we will import the data to each and every table at the after this question. Okay, so for that one we will choose this one. Sorry, so this one is the table quiz. Okay, so if I open this one, go to the design view, this is all the thing, but we don't need all thing in table quiz type, right? For the table quiz type, we need only 2 type. If you guys already write whatever I write, you can check on your paper. So we need only 2, table quiz type ID and quiz type, so we don't need that. So hold on your shift button and try to click on each and every one, because we don't need it. And from here, the last, right click, delete row, so it will delete each and everything. Okay, then from here also quiz type. Okay, delete rows. Okay, delete row. Okay, the thing is that here you have to do one thing, which is inside the question they mentioned that use correct data types, right? But we didn't use the correct data type, so move to your Excel sheet again and go to the data type view, design view. So from here, if we look carefully, we can see that both ID are in number, but when it comes to venue ID, it's in short text, right? But if you go to this table and you check the design view, auto number, right? So for that one, we have to add as a number. It will be easier. Just write the number, venue ID, and player quiz ID will also be number, because the both ID here is number. And then the number of players and the number of teams, both will be in number as well. Okay, then we will save these things. So because we take the quiz ID and the type, right? Yes. So when we go to here, we need to change the ID to number as well. Change it to number and then save it. Okay, so this one is done. Now we will focus on the next table, which is, we'll copy it and then we'll paste it. Okay, so structure only, and this one will be, try to do a similar pattern for the name, because I prefer, like, I start with a small letter T, right? TBL, then it's a camel case. So it's actually called a camel case, camel format type of data type, whatever. So table, then we will add quiz, SETTER. Okay, table quiz setter. Okay, so now we will get the table quiz setter, and we'll go to the design view. So we will do the same thing. Whatever the thing we don't need, we will delete it. Yes, we need to set our ID, last name, first name, and email. After that, I don't need. Hold on your shift key and then click on each every, go to the last one, and then hold on your shift key, and then okay. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, yes, we have a 4 field, right? Done. Then we will do the last one, which is a copy and then paste it here. This one, the name of this one will be table QUIZ, table quiz, and it will be the structure only. Okay, so we will get the table quiz. Now go to the design view. Now because we already add the all ID here, right? Because we don't need this one. Sorry, we don't need this one, and this one. Delete. We don't need the type as well, because we already add this. Venue ID we need, number of player we need, yes. So how to move this one up? When the click here, now we will move it to here. So all the ID is here, table quiz is there, save it. Okay, so we already created the table. Now we have to create the relation. So for creating the relation, because of table venue have a primary key, when you go to the design view, you guys can see they have a primary key. So how to add the primary key? For here, go to the table quiz design view, click here, primary key, table quiz type design view. You can just click here, right click here, and oh sorry, this is not the primary key, right? The primary key will be this one. So move it to the up and then consider as a primary key. Setter, go to the design view, this one is the primary key. Okay, so every primary key is done. Save this one, also save this one already. So we will now go to the database tool. Inside the database tool, there is an option for the relationship. So click on the relationship, and then you will get, if you don't get that all the table, just drag it. Okay, this one is table venue, this one is table quiz, because table quiz have all the foreign key. When we take the other table primary key into the table, it becomes a foreign key. Remember, we need a table quiz, we need the table, we need table venue, and we need quiz setter, right? So these two table, I take it out and just provide a little bit of space so it is more clean. So what I will do, this is the quiz type, and we will just hold it to the table quiz. Inside the table quiz quiz type ID. So table quiz, these two ID are the same, right? Then we'll click all the thing and then we'll create. So what happened? One to many. Now do the same thing for the venue ID. Take it and just hold it to the venue ID here. Click all the thing, then create. Okay, quiz setter ID here. Quiz setter ID, quiz setter. Try to check it when the boxes are coming. Okay, then create it. Yeah, so we created the relationship, right? So take the screenshot of this relation diagram and then paste it on your Word document. Okay, now we have the all the table at there, but there is no data. If you look carefully, there is no data. So if we go to the question, we already use the correct data type, primary key, enforce in referential integrity, right? We plan our database, how can we came up with a different table so that there will be no data integrity at there. Then we also create a relationship using a primary key, created the table name and everything. Whatever we did, just take the screenshot and paste it. Okay, so here they also saying that you have to take the data types as well. So go to the design view of each table and take the pictures of the data type. So here they are saying that import the data from the quiz record spreadsheet file into the quiz database. Produce screen print of your table showing at least 5 record and the full record count. If the fields are too wide to fit on one page, truncate data is allowed. Okay, paste the screen print in the appropriate place in the template. Okay, so first of all, what we have to do, we need to that one, if we want to create the added the value in this 3 field from this Excel sheet, we have to go to the create and query design. Inside the query design, we'll take the Excel sheet data at the first. So here the Excel data sheet will came up. Right now, append means you want to export this data to the table you are append to. So I want to get the data from this table to which table. The easier one was table quiz type, right? Because we will take the table quiz at the last because it has all the foreign key and the primary key relationship, right? So we'll take the table quiz first, the current database. Okay, and for the table quiz type, we have a table quiz ID and table quiz type, right? This is the thing we have. So we will save this to append append to which table? This one is a TABLE, or you can write TBL as well. Append to table quiz type, right? Always try to give a meaningful name. Okay, append to table quiz type. This one done. Then we will move to, again we will create another query design, and here we will put it here. Okay, done. Then what we will do, we will add the quiz setter. Okay, so for that one we will create on the append, and then here we will take the quiz setter. Okay, so for the quiz setter, we have a quiz setter ID, last name, first name and email, right? And then we will save it to append to table quiz setter. Then okay, so this one done, this one done. Then we have to add a last one, which one is a table quiz. So query design, take the Excel sheet the same way, here append, and here we will choose table quiz. Okay, so after that, for the table quiz, we have a quiz ID, we have a quiz setter ID, then we have a venue ID, right? We have a type ID, number of player. Yes, always try to match with the number of the field. So then save this. This one will be append to table quiz. Then okay. Okay, so this is done. Now we will just click on the quiz setter or quiz type, anyone at the first. Okay, yes, okay. So if you go to here, you can see the value are now here. So we'll do the same thing with the quiz type. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now if you go to the quiz type, you can see the value are here. So last we will work on this. Okay, then when we go to the table quiz, we can see the value is here as well. So we already add the recorded data here. So produce, then paste the screen print in the appropriate place and template. So you have to copy it, sorry, paste, take the screenshot and paste it to your evidence folder. Okay, Veronica wants to know the number of quizzes each quiz setter has run. So that means we have to identify what will be the total number of quizzes that each quiz setter has run. Create a query that calculate the number of quizzes each quiz setter has run. Okay, display only the full name of the quiz setter and the number of quizzes they have run. That means we have to display the full name of the quiz setter and the number of quizzes they have run. So the result should be displayed in order of highest number of quizzes. That means we have to sort it, right, in order of highest number of quizzes run by the setter to the lowest. So then we have to screen print your query in design view, making sure that all required table field and criteria can be clearly seen, right? So here you just have to take the screenshot of your work and then paste it on your evidence folder. Paste the screen print into the appropriate place in the template. Screen print your query in datasheet view, making sure that the content of all the field can be clearly seen. So this is everything. This is the thing you have to just take the screenshot and just paste it on your evidence folder. So let's continue with the database solution, which is they said that they need a query, right? For that one they need a quiz setter full name, and then we have to also identify the number of quizzes. So for that thing we have to identify what table we need actually, right? Because now we have a 4 tables. So what table we need, like in which table we will get the full name of the query, full name of the setter. We'll get this from the quiz setter, right? Because inside the quiz setter they have the first name and last name. And if we want to count the number of quizzes, then obviously we need table quiz. So from here we can able to count the number of quizzes. Then they say that they want to see the full name. So first of all I want to add the first name, then the last name. Okay, then I want to add the quiz ID. So it looks like this. So I have a setter first name, last name and the quiz ID. So if I want to view it, so if I want to see this, this one is a query one, I didn't save it, right? So because does they provide any name? Okay, so they didn't say any name, right, that I have to save it. So maybe I can save it as a 2A. So for this one I can just save this as 2A. So save it, question 2A. Okay, so then when I double click on it, you can see that I already get a view here, right? All are here. So now what I have to do, because here I can see the number of 𝐂𝐎𝐓 are there, right? So few are here, but I want the total number of the quizzes. So like for the 𝐂𝐎𝐓, it the 𝐂𝐎𝐓 is set at like for 7 quizzes, so here it should be 7, but here I'm looking like this, so I have to count it. So how to do that? The number of quizzes, right? So for that thing what I have to do, go to the design view, but here it is saying the quiz ID, but in the question they want the number, right? The number of quizzes. So that means I want to add a name, sorry, add a header, which is a number of quizzes. So when you want to add a new header, just add the new name and colon. Okay, So that's why you will get a new name. Then when I save these things, go to the table view, you will get that this is the new name. Okay, this is the new name. But I have to add a formula for that it can able to count it, right? For that one, what I have to do, again go to the design view, and then from here right click, like there is a total, right? I want to do a total. So when you do the total, the other three, they all came up with a default group by, right? So I don't want to change the other two, but for this one I want to change it to count. Okay, so when I change it to count, it will count the total number of the ID, but it will own sum, right? Count and sum is a different thing. So when I add the count and I save it, go to the question, you guys can see, yeah, so the key was 7, right? Now it's showing the 7. But inside the question they also mentioned that they want from highest to lowest. For that one we have to do some sorting. So if you look here, there is an option for the sort. So from here, because this is the field they want highest to lowest, so based on that I just put it descending, and then save it. When you view, it looks like this, right? So this is the answer for question 2A. Then we will go to question 2B1. B1 is Veronica would like to know the income that has been generated by the venue 23 Grove Way and 114 Albert Avenue. Okay, so what does it mean? Like, she wanted to know how much the income is generated based on this two address, right? Venue this and this is the two address. The entry fee per player is £2. If there are more than 30 players, it is reduced to £150 for each player. That means if the player is below 30 players, then it should be £2. Otherwise, if it's more than 30 player, then it must be £150 for each player. She wants to use the standard report in figure 1. Use this will use information from the database. So they take the information from the database. So we have to create a report actually. For that thing, first of all, what we have to do, create a query that will extract and use appropriate data from the database. Okay, then we have to came up with a report. So screen print your query in design view. So you shift it to the design view and take the screenshot. Make sure all required field table and criteria can be clearly seen. Then you have to paste it to the evidence template, then resave it. That's it. So what we have to do, we have to create a query first, right? So when you want to create a query, we again need to find out which table we need, right? Because we have this venue address inside the venue table, and number of players we have inside the table quiz player. So we need two table. One is venue, the other one is a number of player, that one is a quiz table. So here I will just close this one, create, and then query design. Okay, so inside the query design, because you see this is the table, but I'm not getting, click here, then you will get the table. Otherwise you just drag and drop the table if you can't see all these things, right? Like I need a table, so drag it. It's also workable like that. Venue, so make it a bigger, and the venue will be like this. Then if we look closely, we can see we need a venue address, right? Okay, and then we need a number of players, right? We need number of entry fee. Okay, so entry fee we have to calculate for that thing. But if we look carefully here, we need a week beginning, but we don't have the entry fee income, but we can get the week beginning, right? So week beginning, we can get it from here. Yes. Okay, but here we have to create a field for entry fee. Entry fees, they already provide the information here. So if it's more than 30 player, then it is 150, otherwise it's 2. So what we have to do here, first of all we will provide a name, right? So it should be, the name of this will be entry fee. Okay, because the other, all the field are in small letter, right? So here I will add a entry fee colon, then here I want to add a if and else logic. So here if you want to add a if, it should be double if. Okay, if double if, then first bracket, then third bracket. Inside the third bracket I want to add number of players. So where is the number of players? Yes, this one. I can't able to add it from here, so maybe I just write it down. num players. Okay, number of players. If number of players is greater than 30, then it is 1.5, right? Otherwise there will be another comma, it will be 2. Then we will close the first bracket. Okay, so we'll click on this tick mark, so that means we will add this field. Then I just resume it, save. I just want to save this. Yeah, so what will be the name of the query? Here also they didn't provide any name. Yes, no name, so it's maybe 2b1. Okay, so we can add 2b. Okay, then okay, so it's saved already. Yeah, here. So if I want to view it, you can see the entry fee, right? And the week beginning is there, the address is here. But here the one thing is, they've said that there will be a 2 address, 23 Grove and 114 Albert Avenue, right? So we have to add that inside the design view. So when I go here, so from here we have to add that thing inside the criteria. So the criteria, we can add the logic. So the logic, it was, so when it comes and, this means the both 2 should be there, right? Because we don't have the both 2 in the same field, so it should be either this or this. If when they are running the query, if they get this, they will take the value, this one also take the value. For that one we will change it to okay, maybe I can take one by one. So criteria should be this, make it a bigger. So here instead of and, because both can't be true, right? Because they are situated in a different field, so we can add a or. And then when I save this, go to the view, now it is become lesser, it's like this. Okay, go to the oh sorry, they have number of players as well, right? So we need the number of players, so we will match it like this. First with the beginning, the number of players, then entry fee. Okay, so when I go to the database, I need the number of players, so I will go to the design view. I need the number of players, right? So I need to move it to here, number of players. Okay, now we need income as well. Income, how to get the income? Income, we have to multiply number of players to entry fee, right? Then the income field will come 20 into 2. So how to do that? Again you will create a new field, right? For that one we will add income colon, okay, income colon, then we will add Just 1 minute. So it should be income colon, because I want the name as income. And which field I need, by the way? I need a income. I need a number of player, right? Because I have to multiply number of players into entry fee. So I will add num players num players multiplied by entry fee, right? Entry fee. Okay. Save. We will save it. Then I will want to go get a view. So this is the income. Try to check it by yourself as well. So figure out like 20 into 2 is a 40, right? So if it's working like this, then obviously the multiplication is right, then your answer is right. Now we will move to create the venue. So now we will click on the create, and then we will choose the report wizard. Okay, so because they ask us to create a report, so report wizard, and from here we because we need a query, from here you can choose, right? So query to be one, and then I want to take all the things to from here to here. Then I will click next, next, again next, next, next. Now I want to add the name here. So what can be the name? You can add the name as a venue income, maybe, because all are in small letters, so it will be VNUE, venue income report. Okay, so it's venue income report. Then we will add finish. So now it will look like this. But the question is, we won't look this type of report inside the question. They already provide us the view like this. They want similar like this. So what we have to do, we have to design it like this way. So we will get some mark based on design, right? So for that thing, obviously we create a report. This is the report, and now I will change this report. So I will go to the design view. So if anywhere, if you want to change something, just go to the design view. So for the design view, they don't have a venue income report. That one is a venue income. So VENUE venue, then it must be income. Okay, so it's venue income. Then we will make it center align. Just try to take it to the center. Now go to the home and choose this one, so it will center align. In the question it is a bit bolder, right? So we will make it a bit bold. Okay, so it's done. Then if I go to the question, I can see that they have a total income here, and then they have a overall income here, right? Okay, so based on that, we don't need a footer. So maybe I just want to delete this. Then big. So if I look closely to the question, they have the venue address here, right? This one is the venue. There's a name venue, venue income, then there's a name venue, then there should be the venue address, and the total income will be here. So we will add a venue address to the middle. this. So if I go to the save and go to the design view, I want to see how it looks like. So yeah, it should be a little bit, and there is some of the name is missing, right? So we have to fix that. It should be a little bit closer. So yeah, we get the 2, but it should be center, right? The name of the thing. Okay, so if I go to the design view again, click here and then click to the center, then there is a this one, we can take it out. Here I want to add because they need a venue, and then center it. So now save this, and if I want to see the view, it looks like, yeah, this is the venue, this is the, yeah, now it's a center align. But if you want to, you know, make the size of the this one is bit bigger, just go to home and then increase the size to 16 or maybe 14, 12. Yeah, I think 12 is better. Okay, so we have to just expand this a little bit. Make it center align. Entry fee, make it center align. Income, center align. Okay, so this one also need to be up. Now we have to align this as well. Okay, so if I go to question, if I want to save this and I want to view it how it looks like, okay, now I have to just move it to a little bit here, right? Because inside the question it is little bit here, than the week beginning at the above. So we have the name at the above, right? So we have to take it down, take it to down, this all. So we'll again go to the design view. Okay, maybe this one we can make a bit bigger. Okay, then this one, then this one. Okay, so it's save, and then when I go to the venue, it looks like this. So now it's a bit look like the way we have inside the question, right? So almost we came up with the design. So if we just look at the question, we can see that there is a total income we have to add, and there is a format, like there's a pound, right? For income there is a pounds, but here we don't have the pound here. So for that we need to add a pound here. Based on that, we can go to the design view, and maybe we just add the remove the space, and here we can add a little bit more more space there. Because we need to add the, take it here. Then if I save it and I want to go to there, then yeah, there is that. And then we have to add the total income after the venue address. So here the total income will come, so it will look like total income, similar like that. Okay, so first of all we will add the currency symbol for entry fee and income. For that one we will go to the design view and then click on the entry fee. Like this one is the text box, right? So you'll click on here and then we'll go to the format. So from the format we'll get an option for the format. Maybe you can go to the all and then sorting these things. So here the format thing will come up, right? So here we will add a formula, which is if I go here, then this one will be not the general number, this. So it's a pound hash comma and then 2 hash 0.00. So this is the formula where we will add in each and everywhere where we need to add the currency. So this is the currency, and also income we also need the same thing. So we will go to the all and then sort it. So here we will add, okay, so here is the currency. So then save these things, then go to the venue report. So here now the income and the entry fee have a pound symbol, right, the way we have there. Now we will add the total income. So for that one we have to go to the design view, and here from this control go to the report design and control. Here we will add the text box, right? So when we add the text box have two things. They will provide the level as well, and I want to reduce the space between these two. So here it will be total income, and then I want to increase the space now. So always try to move with the black spot, right? So it will go individually. Then we will add the sum. For the total income we need to add the sum of the income, right? So first bracket, then third bracket, close it with the first bracket. So inside this one add the income, and then save these things. So when you go to the venue report, we can see, okay, we can see the answer for the income, right? But now we have to add the pound symbol here. So for that thing we will do the same thing. Click here, go to all, sort it, and then choose the format. Where is the format? Yeah, here is the format. Copy the formula and save it. So when you go to the design view, we can get the value of these things. Okay, so 336, yeah, this one is right. So now we have to add the overall income. So when we added the total income inside the header, that means it calculate the total for this one and show it here, right? For this one, if you go to the up there, here it will calculate this, and but for the overall we have to add the whole thing. So for that thing, what we will do, we'll go to the design view, then here it should be sum, right? I just want to take it at the middle, like this, and here it should be overall income, right? So it overall overall income, then this is the income. Okay, so save these things and go to the, still showing error, so there is some error because I put the total income or overall income inside the base footer. This is one of the issues. So we have to create a report footer, right? So for that one, right click, and here we will get the report footer and header. Because report header we already have, so we want to add the footer, and then just try to take it here. Here you just add overall income, and try to reduce the space between this, because we actually don't need the footer. So then try to make it a little bit up and save this. So when you save this, you can see that Okay, we have the total income in pound and we have the overall income in pound as well, right? So I think this is the end of question number 2. Now we'll move to, yeah, the 3. The 3 is actually the 2B1, so we just did the report as well. You create the report, and then you have to do the screen print. Take the screen print and paste it on your evidence folder, on your template, right? One thing I missed out, which is like they add some of the, you know, label, some of the dash, right, line. So here if you look into my design view, I don't have any dash here, right? So this one can, okay, I didn't add the here yet though, so this one is can be a problem. So maybe I need to add here a name. So here I have before, but I think somehow it missed out. So from here we can add the label. This one is considered as a label. Okay, so here we can add venue income, make it a little bit bigger. So for that thing, what we have to do, we have to go to home, and from here you can get the, try to make it a bigger. Okay, and make it center align this. So now we have to add a dash. For that one, go to the report design, go to control, and here you will get the dash. So here I want to add a dash. At first it won't be, you know, exactly the same line, but if you try 1 or 2 times, time by time, you will be perfect with it. Okay, so width, height, left, everything is correct. Okay, now just save this one and then go to the design view. You can see this is the venue income, and there is a dash line is here. If you want to increase the width of this, sorry, height of this, then you can, or the border of this. So go to the design view, because it is a bit smaller. For that one, you have to add right click. Can I get the properties from here? Size, or yeah, so go to the properties sheet. They have these things. Yeah, the solid border style, solid border width, see, hairline. So here you just change it to 2 pixel, so it will become a bit bolder. So in this way, just add the line to other field as well, right? So that's it. So question 3 is about yeah, Veronica needs to know the number of quiz type that has been used at least 14 times. So what is the meaning of at least 14 times? It means that you have to take the 14 as well, right? So create a query that will extract the quiz type that has been used at least 14 times and the number of times that each type has been used. Screen print your query in design view. Make sure that all required field, table, field and criteria can be clearly seen. So take a screenshot after you create the query. So for that thing, what do you have to do? We need a query type, right? We need a query type, and we also need to know the number of times the query used, right? For that thing, which two field we need for so we can make this query. So for that thing, we need to go to the create, because just close this one, the form is done. I think you guys can continue after that. So go to the create and then query design. From here we need quiz type, right? Because there is one of the field they mentioned that they want to know the quiz type. And we also need to add the quiz, because number of quiz, right? Because before you also add count the number of quiz are set by the setter. So based on that, we need a quiz ID. So here we need a quiz type and we need a quiz ID. So we need a quiz type and quiz ID. So here we will add, because inside the question they said it's like they're saying it is like a number of times, right? Number of times used, like quiz users. So for that thing we can use number of times maybe. So here, because we want to add a new field, based on that, what we have to do, we have to add a number of maybe you can use any small letter times, then put the colon. Okay, so because and then when we save it, and yes, we have to put the name here. Maybe we can add the name as a question 3a and then save it. So when I want to run the query, we can get it like this way: number of times. Maybe you guys can add quiz used, that one is so correct. So 1, and then you guys can see how many times some of the numbers are repeated here. So what you have to do, we have to count it, right? So based on that, we have to add the count function as well. So when you go to the design, and then here we'll add to a total, right? So inside the total, the group by is automatically default, it will set up. So this one we don't need to do anything, but for here we need the count, right? So we did the count one. Now there is another logic, so that one will fall under the criteria. They said it should be at least 14 or more, right? So that means we will take the 14 like this. Yes, so if I do a little bit zoom, you can see this is the way I did it, right? Okay, now we will save this, and then we will go to the design view. Yeah, so this is the answer of the query. We done with question 3a. So then just take the take the screenshot in the design view. Okay, now we'll move to Wernicke would like the information in chart format. So we have to create a chart to make it easier to understand. The chart need to show the quiz type that have been used at least 14 times and the number of times that each type has been used. Okay, so the query you created in question 3a to extract the data for the chart, so we have to use the query 3a, create a report. So that means we have to create a report, and then we have to go with the chart option. So display your report in design view, ensure the chart is visible on your screen print the entire window. That means you have to screen the whole window. Okay, uh, paste the screen print of the entire window into the appropriate place in the template. Same thing, this is the same thing, right? We save. So first of all, what we will do, because we want to create a query, so right, but for that one we'll take a blank report. Okay, then what we'll do, we take the blank report and we'll go to the view and then the design view. Here also you can create it like that way. So this one is a question 3b, right? So we just save it as a question 3b, then save this. Okay, this one is a question 3b. Then what do you have to do, where is the field set? For that thing, what we will do, we'll go to the report design, and from here we will search for the chart. So here there is option for the chart. We will take the column and the class chart column. Okay, so now we will just draw the chart here. So now we don't need the property sheet. Now I just want to make it a bit bigger. Now what query, because we need a query, we create this chart based on the query, right? So we will take the query 3a. Yes, we get the query. Now we have to do a little bit modification. So for that thing, we don't need these things anymore. Maybe go to the format and see the display name, number of times, sum of number of times. Actually, we don't need the display name here. Okay, so we'll do it a little bit later. You can change the color from here if you want. Based on that, you can change the color. It's up to you. Okay. Okay, so what we will do now, we need the property sheet. So we go to the property sheet, and then because they say that we have to put the axis and y-axis name, so this is considered as x-axis, y-axis, right? So this is the example of a quiz type, general history and all. So we have to add the axis here. So for based on that, what we'll do, not here, sorry, if I zoom it a little bit. So from here we will first of all we'll add primary access title. Okay, so here we will add primary access title, that means y-axis. So inside the y-axis we will add this one is a number of times, right? So just add number of times. Okay, here it is showing like that way. And then we have to add the quiz type. For that one, what do you have to do? Yeah, I think this one is the one, category access. So for that one, just zoom a little bit, go here, this one, right? So here we can use the quiz type, TYPE, right? And then yeah, it's game. So add the quiz type, but we don't want this. For that one, what we have to do, go to the has listened, because it is an yes, right? Just change it to no. Now it's gone. So now we have to add the chart title. Yeah, here it is. So add the name as a quiz types that have been used 14 or more times. That's it. So we will add quiz types that have been used 14 or more times. So this is done. Now save this. So that means we already completed the question 3B. So based on the question 4, they say that we have to open the edit form you created in question 1B, right? So what I did here actually, for this one, I created, like, if I go to the design view, for this one what I did, I just take a button from here, and then because I have to open the form, right? So it's a form operation, and then I create the open form. So when I click on the open form, and next they give me the type of the form that I have. So I actually want to open the venue editing form. I clicked here and then clicked on the finish button. Okay, maybe you can provide the name like the way I did. So when you save this one and then you go to the view option, then you click, it will take you to the venue editing form. The same that one is doing there here. Okay, then how I did the run query, if I go to the design view, I don't need it now because I already show you guys how to do that. Okay, now I want to show you how I add this run query. So I will take the button like this way and choose the miscellaneous here and then the run query. So when you add the run query, you click on the next, it will give you all the options that we have for the run query. So if I go to the question, for the second run query created question to B, so that means I have to open the question to B. That means question 2B, right? This one. So next, and then text, you can just add the run query or any name if you want to give, and then finish. Okay, so what happened now, when I go to the view, form view, and then I click here, it will take me the run query. The same thing is working here, right? So now we'll move to this portion. So we will take, first we will take if, and here we will write message box, and then we will write, do you want to open query, because they say 3A, right? So we will add, do you want to open query 3a. Question means if okay, and then we will add 4. 4 means the 4 will show yes or no button. Okay, so if it's yes, 6 means yes, 7 means false. 6 means true, 7 means false. Okay, so I add 6, which is a true. If it's true, then we will open the query. So that's why we'll choose here. Where is the open query? This is the open query. Then open query, the name for this, they will give us all the option for the query that we have. So we'll take the 3a, datasheet edit, nothing. Then from here we will choose and else. Okay, if yes, this one will occur. If false, they say that the question 3b will came up. So question 3b is a report one. So here we'll choose open report. Okay, open report, then they will provide all the name of the report. So we have these two are the report, but they say 3b. So click on 3b, and that's it. Nothing have to do anything, just save and okay. Okay, then close it. Yes. Okay, I do a mistake here, which is I have to put the quotation. Okay, then save. Let's save it, close it. Okay, so now I need to change the name, right? For changing the name, what I'll do, maybe I can write here open for that. For changing the name, actually I have to go to the click here and then caption. Yes, for the caption, just change it to open. Okay, or if you have any meaningful name, you can provide that name as well. It's up to you. Then you can add a label. Okay, I just copy this one. So it will be open query or report. Then save it and view it. So when you go to the form view, click, the message is coming, right? They said yes, it will go you to the 3a. If you click on no, it will take you to the dashboard, which is the 3b. So this is the end of question 4. So question 5 is like, Veronica knows that the database should use validation to reduce data input errors. Okay, so this type of validation could be used in a database. So this is all the database, which is a presence check, range check, lookup check, list check, format or picture check. Okay, then length of data check, assess the usability of these types of validation for the field in the table you created in question 1D. So the thing is that we already import one of the Excel data sheet, and then we create number of tables in question 1D. So during that time when we're creating the table, we are not providing any type of validation, right? Now they are asking you like what type of validation will be suitable for each field. Type your response in the appropriate place in the template, receive your answer. So when you're writing this question, first of all, you just mention what does mean by presence check, range check, lookup check, right? And the list check, format check, what does it mean? Then you go through one of the table and describe it. So I have one of the example that I can show you. So which is this one. So here actually I didn't describe what's the meaning of presence check, format check, length input check, right? So you guys just try to describe it first, and then based on the table give the answer. So suppose the first table is a setter table that I created in question 1D. So I think, as my perspective, I think presence check, format check and the length check will be suitable for this particular table. So this is suitable for field like setter last name, and which field it will be suitable. setter last name and setter email, as both are crucial for identifying the setter and for contacting purposes, right? Without this field, the record cannot be saved. So a presence check ensure completeness of critical data. So that means if a person doesn't input the email, right, there will be no valuation there. Suppose when you are logging to the Facebook, you are always providing your email address. So during the time of registration, if you are not putting the validation, then the user will not give you their email address. They will just try to escape it. So skip it. So this is the same thing here. The format pictures is like the email setter. So in the email setter, you can able to add a format check. So the work for the format check is like they are able to check that this is particular field is an email one. You can able to write something else. If you write something else, they can able to detect it. So this reduce the risk of invalid email addresses being entered. Then length check. What is the meaning of length check? Length check is actually they can able to identify the character or the amount of the length you can try to input. Suppose the length for the mobile number is 11, right? So you can able to write more than 11 word. So length check should be applied to text field such as setter last name and setter email. The length of the setter's last name could reasonably be limited to 50 character and the email field 200 character. It's actually depend. Okay, it's up to you. Then I move to the quiz table. So for the quiz table, I think presence check and length check can be a suitable validation that I can put. So a presence check should be applied on the quiz type field, as every quiz must be associated with a specific type, right? So obviously they have to put the quiz type, because inside the quiz type table we have only two fields, which is a quiz type ID, another was is a quiz type. Length check. A length check can be applied to the quiz table field limiting to 30 to 50 character, as quiz type tend to be short description. Then we'll move to the quiz table. So first of all, I try to add the presence check. So what field will be suitable for the presence check, which is a number of player, number of team. Require a presence check. Fields such as quiz day, duration and venue are essential for a complete quiz record must be present before the quiz can be saved. Okay, then I move to the lookup check. So I think all the foreign key need a lookup check, right? So because of the lookup check, they providing the number of value there, so from there I can able to choose. So the foreign key, the data is coming from the other field, primary key, right? So when I will try to when I will input the data, during that time there will be a chances for human error, right? But when I have an option to select, there will be chances for less error. So based on that, I think that lookup check is validate for a foreign key field. And then I provide the length check that is suitable for quiz name. General consideration, like for the range check and list check, I didn't take this to validation in this 3 table. Why? Because range checks are not suitable for this table, as no field have predefined numeric limit. Like for the range check, we mostly provide the range check in the age, right? The age must be 0 to 100. Or the list check. So list check is are not applicable here because none of the field are restricted to a fixed set of predefined option. Example, drop down values. So this is the answer for question number 5. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, and in future I will upload more unit 4, unit 2 videos. So if you guys subscribe, you can able to get the update, right? Or otherwise you can also join my Discord channel. You can follow me on WhatsApp and Instagram. Thank you for listening.